This video is an invitation to the Minecraft community to elytra hop and to build maps and minigames utilizing the mechanic. Elytra hopping is a very powerful movement mechanic in vanilla Minecraft that allows you to travel long distances without fireworks and achieve impressive maneuvers through different kinds of terrain and obstacles. It has probably been in the game for several versions now, but from what I found online, it has been undiscovered and therefore untapped in the community. Now, when I looked up elytra hopping, elytra jumping, elytra bouncing, etc., the best I found looked something like this. So you can see it's very low. I'm not really gaining speed or height. I'm gaining some speed. That's probably just because of my practice. All of these videos and forum posts that were talking about elytra hopping explained that to do it you would approach the ground and spam spacebar to jump. And you can elytra hop like that, but it's not the ideal technique. What you should do instead is you should hold W, sprint, and jump as you approach the ground. And what that will do is the moment you hit the ground, just because you're holding those keys, you will sprint jump. So like this, if I elytra and go toward the ground, I'm holding W, spacebar, and sprint, and it makes me sprint jump. So all you have to do then is after you jump, let go of space and repress it. So you jump and you let go of space and repress it. You want to do that as soon as possible after jumping, because that will make the e-hop stronger. So the faster you release and repress spacebar, the more powerful the hop. Now, another thing that's worth mentioning that these posters got wrong, or I think something they left out, is using curving up and down with the mouse to gain height and then speed. You probably noticed me doing it just now, but right when I e-hop, I aim my mouse up. That way my speed gets turned into height. And then once you've done that, you aim back down so that the height gets turned back into speed. And if you do that several times, as far as I know, there's no limit to the height you can gain. So you can see by doing this, I'm getting quite a bit of height. And each time I do it, I can get more height depending on my execution. As far as I know, there's no limit. My personal record, which I do not have footage of, is 107 blocks. So this is -60, so I made it to Y47 or something like that in this super flat world. Again, I don't have footage of it, but you can do that with enough practice. It should also be noted that you can gain speed while staying relatively flat and not experiencing a tall descent. I'll try and demonstrate that. It's a little harder, but if your goal is to just gain speed quickly, you can do that as well, and you will go quite fast, even though you're not gaining a lot of height. So I just want to further demonstrate the exact mechanics of this. I said that the faster you repress, the stronger your jump, and I actually have a data pack here that measures how quickly I'm repressing every time I do a hop. So first I'm going to try to deliberately hit it late. So 4 ticks, 5 ticks. And I want you to see the kind of height and speed I'm gaining from this each time I do it. That was a 3-tick one, which is a little better. Now I'm going to try my best to hit some 2-tick hops, which is about the best I can do consistently. Now you can see the height is much, much better. And even if I aim low, I'm getting a lot of speed. That was a 3-tick. But I'm getting a lot of speed from doing 2-tick hops, which basically means from the time I sprint jump on the ground, 2 ticks later I have re-entered fall flying mode with the elytra. So it does take practice, but the basic substance and difficulty of elytra hopping is getting that reflight as soon as you can, because if you hit it well, you get a lot of power from what seems like nothing. Another property of elytra movement in Minecraft that we probably know intuitively but might need to be reminded of is that any kind of sharp, fast turn reduces speed. And what that means is that when you flick up or curve up when you e-hop, if you do that after the jump, a lot of the speed you got from the jump will be compromised. So it's best to aim up and sort of be aiming up as you're going into the jump at the last second. That way when you actually hop, you're already aiming up and all of that power will be applied in that direction that you're aiming. The first thing I thought of when I discovered this, or that it was reminiscent of, is surf in Source Engine games. The surfing related physics, because like surf, elytra hop has a very rich area for optimization as far as the curve that you take, or if you have to steer around corners, or if you have to go under things or dodge things. All of that can be optimized, and there's a high skill ceiling for reducing the time. In fact, I've made a map that I'm going to release in a video shortly here that is very much like a CS surf map, and it has a built-in timer so you can sort of push your records with it and see how fast you can complete the levels. Final thing to be aware of is that if your connection is too latent or unstable, elytra hopping will be much harder on servers, or even impossible if your connection is that bad. So be mindful of that if you're playing with friends. But other than that, that is elytra hopping. I was very surprised that this isn't already something people are doing, or if they are, that they're not making videos about it, because it's very satisfying. There's a lot of things you can do with it. It's practical in survival. It's practical for games, for racing, things like that. So please take this and have fun.